Alright guys, so today I'm going to be breaking down and reacting to Derek's solo on the studio version of Anyhow by the Tedeschi Trucks Band. Again, this is another one that, I love this tune, I haven't heard this version in a while. So let's just get straight into it and kind of, break down the intricacies of the solo. Yeah, all the E minor stuff. Octaves. Yeah. Alright, now immediately we hear some of our favorite Derek Trucks licks. So one thing that occurs to me immediately is how different he plays when he's playing Les Paul versus an SG, right? In this solo specifically, you can see that he kind of doesn't really hang out in this higher octave of E. He'll start off, he'll go up here for a little bit, but it's mostly all these licks down low by the nut, and then kind of just the usual, all these licks kind of by the home bass fret, which in this case is the 12th fret because he's really mostly playing E minor pentatonic licks. So that's a really cool thing I noticed, or that's the first thing I thought of, right? So, and I guess quick story time. When I saw the Allman Brothers on their last few shows at the Beacon, and I think it was 2014? I was a freshman in college. Derek played a ton of Les Pauls, and one thing I noticed was how different, that was the first time I noticed how differently he plays with a Les Paul versus an SG. Anyway, let's kind of start breaking down these licks the best I can on the spot. So. Okay, so how does he start this off, right? It looks a lot higher than it is because he's playing on a Les Paul, but he's really, this first part is really just that Albert King box, the thing we always come back to over and over again. And then he's kind of trailing back down to home bass to play a lick like that, right? So those are kind of the broad strokes of what he's doing, so let's try to just clean it up a little bit. Yeah. Something like that. Right? Again, I'm not going to be able to nail the licks exactly, but I can hear the ideas of starting on that 5, hanging out in that minor 3rd 4 5 area, then kind of doing that slide, and then ending up here on the 1 on the B string, and doing a lick like that where it's, that flat 7 into the Duane Allman, like the you know, the 5, 4, minor third, 1 kind of thing. And then where does he go to after that? Yeah. Something like this. Let me just kind of understand it. That's really cool. I mean, that's one worth going over. So that's this kind of Duane Allman thing where you have flat 7, 5 on the flat 7 on the B string and 5 on the G sharp string. Then slide down to 4, minor third, 1, 1. But then the cool part is the straight into the 4. Again. So again, those are the notes. The rhythm may not be perfect. Well, it definitely isn't perfect. But so let's just 4, minor third, 1, 5. So G sharp string, low middle E, then low B. And that's definitely one lick that I've stolen from Derek and I use all the time. So another cool one to have in your arsenal, and then that kind of lets him go from all these licks up here now down to the nut, and then he has all these open licks down at the bottom, which we can talk a little bit about now because I believe he goes into them. So. No. Something like that. Yeah. Like, so hard to do on the spot, man. It's so. All right, let's talk about these licks at the bottom of the neck here. That's what I hear mostly. But so I want to point out one thing that I think is really important for slide playing in general. It's like the inflection of notes, right? The notes here are really 5, flat 7, 1, minor third. But that's not how he's playing it. He's playing it like, right? You hear all that attitude coming from how he goes past the minor third. And so that's just an important thing to note. And you can do it kind of all over the neck once you understand which notes you can get away with, for lack of a better term. So let's keep rolling here. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow, okay, so I've never played anything like this before. So, wow. That's the lick I'm hearing, but he's kind of playing it an octave down. So, minor third, 1 flat 7, 1, 1 flat 7 to 5 on the B string. Then what sounds like 5, 4, minor third, 5/4 on the G sharp, then minor third on the middle E, and then 1 on the B. Wow, so slowly. Something like that. So just cool stuff to explore, you know, playing around with these open string. That's the kind of stuff I'm hearing. So let's keep rolling. That really cool walk up. Let's listen one more time. That's what it sounds like to me, that walk up. And then he's kind of just centering around that 12th fret, right? So. Woo! Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Another cool one that we should talk about. 3, 4, 5, minor third, 4, 5 on the G sharp. Then you have the flat 7 right above the 5 on the B. So you get. Then back into the Duane Allman lick, and then that 4 minor third 1 kind of thing at the end. That's one to practice for me, man. So. Woo! Ooh. Yeah, so the octaves, minor third to 2, major second, 2, octaves being on the high E string and the middle E string, then 2, 1, so nice, man, so. Right, that kind of thing. That's what. Then, so once we do the octaves down here, then we have the Duane Allman lick. So, let's do it from that minor third 4, 5 lick. So, oh. Really cool, right? So, let's keep rolling. And I'm stopping here because I hear these little licks and these little details that I don't hear him play all the time, especially when he's playing an SG. I don't hear that a lot. That's just 3, 4, 3. But the important thing, just like how I talked about how he was using this inflection on the minor third down here, he's using it here when he's doing 3, 4, 3. Simple lick, right? You hear the difference if I don't give it inflection. Versus if I give it inflection. So just, you know, one thing that I hear that I think it's important to stop and break down because it's easy to look past these kind of small details. So let's keep rolling. Yeah. Right, what I hear is he's doing this lick. We already talked about that. He'd use that at the beginning. But the cool thing, he's like kind of repeating the lick, but instead of playing flat 7, 5 on the B and G sharp strings, the second time he uses the high E and the B to play the flat 7 and the 5 respectively. So you get this kind of cool sound, a cool difference in sounds where you're sliding one time, you're sliding between the flat 7 and home bass, and you're kind of in this tighter position the second time over. So you get... Hear that, so... So that's kind of the sound that he's getting. He's ending like that. Let's just keep going. Wait, one more time. That's a cool run. So, I can't even. All right, I can. That's really cool when you put it all together. So that run is 3, 4, 5 on the G sharp, and then flat 7, 1 on the B, then minor third, 4, then back to 1. So slowly. Wow, that's really fun, man. That's really cool. Yeah, it's breaking muscle memory for me. That whole... Really cool, you know, something I never play, and I'm like the muscle memory is like resisting me to play it. Flat 7, quick slide from 5 to 4, 3 minor third, 4. Oh, so cool. It's just the little things like that, you know. So notice the nuance there, that minor third to 2. So one more time. One more time. Something like this, right? So. Ooh. And so just really, that lick down is just more kind of Duane Allman stuff like we talked about. And then at the end, it's what he's doing on the low string. What he's doing on the low strings is really cool. So I'd like to talk about that just for a second. said it more explicitly, but a lot of this stuff is leaning heavy on minor third 4/5, right? And he's doing this on different strings. And here he's just doing that whole 5 for trill down to minor third, and then going back to 1. So when he's playing these licks, or I won't speak for him, I'll speak for myself. When I play these kind of licks, like, I like to get to the minor third 4/5 area because that's where I'm comfortable. So you can do this where there I'm kind of targeting the minor third 4/5 on the low B string. So that's kind of what's happening here. Let's listen one more time. So when you're putting that whole phrase together, right? And so that's pretty much the whole solo. Again, you notice he uses a lot of these Duane Allman licks. Stuff like that. And it's less, you know, this vocal. You know, it's less of that stuff. And I think it's because he's playing on the Les Paul. You know, that's kind of my guess. I know when I play different guitars, I play differently just because different guitars play differently. So I say this in a lot of these videos. You know, when you break the licks down and you look at the note choice, it's really not so bad. It's really just how it's the phrasing and the inflection that makes it so tasteful and makes it so unique to him. So that's all I wanted to cover for today. If you enjoyed, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much.